Welcome back to the channel. If you're joining us, let me know where you're joining us from. Comments where you're joining us from. Testing mic, how's the sound? Let me know how the sound is. So the latest news reaching us is that Inaki Williams will not stay with Atletico Madrid until January 4th. Okay, we have a first man who joining us from Bradford, Sheffield, UK, Brandford, if I got that pronunciation right. So, Happy New Year to you, wherever you're joining us from. Happy New Year to you. The final day of 2023. Yes, final day of 2023. And it's my last live show for the year. Welcome to the channel. Like this video and share it. I have updates on Kudus Mohammed. I also have updates on Inaki Williams. They are set to arrive tomorrow to join the Ghana camp, which opens on the 2nd of January. It's the last day. Thank you so much, Bright, watching live from Qatar. That is Tinos TV. Well, thank you for joining us. Let me know where you're joining us from if you're joining us. But the latest is that Coach Chris Hughton has demanded. Okay, that's good. It's good to know you can hear me. Like the video and share it. Coach Hughton has demanded that Kudus Mohammed join the Black Stars camp as early as possible. He will not play the game versus Brighton, West Ham versus Brighton, which was scheduled for the 2nd of January. Yeah. So Kudus will be absent for that Brighton game. So he will be in camp, I think, tomorrow or later today. Some players are coming in this evening. So we will have updates for you on their arrivals. I think the final squad has been announced already. Well, players have been notified. Players that are going to be included in the final squad have been notified already. So it's a matter of just doing the needful and coming into the country. They will arrive today, tomorrow, and on the 2nd, camping begins. Inaki Williams' team as well, Atletico Bilbao. Yes, Bilbao wanted Inaki to play in the La Liga game on January 4th when La Liga returns to action, but it's not going to be possible for them. Inaki also, there has been a conversation with the Ghana FA and the La Liga side. They will have Inaki Williams in their camp. The Black Stars, that is, they've won it. Inaki's club, Athletic Bilbao, tried as hard as they could, but it did not happen, and they will have to deal with the fact that Inaki will be out with Ghana on the 1st of January. They are set to travel into the country here and take part in that game. Ghana will be playing Namibia and prepare for the African Cup of Nations. 27 or 23 players will be called up tomorrow. We'll be at the press conference to bring you updates on that front. And that is my opening line here for you. Keep up the good work. Let me read through some of the messages before I get your input on what you think of Ghana's chances in the AFCON. Great work. Manual Sports, hey, how are you doing? My guys, Manual Sports, watching live from Dubai. Thank you so much for joining us. Wherever you're joining us from, like the video and let me know where you're joining us from. So we are ushering in the new year, 2024. Yeah, tomorrow will be a new year, a new start, as they say. It's just another day. It's just the start of a week. This time it falls on Monday. We are looking to go to the African Cup of Nations, which begins on the 13th of January. Ghana will be in there. What do you think are the Black Stars' chances heading into the African Cup of Nations? Let me know what you think in the comments box. And looking ahead to the new year, what kind of content would you be interested in having more of on the channel? Looking at what we've done so far this year in 2023, what do you want Sahara football to focus on more for the new year? 2024 is going to be an interesting one. We always say that about the new year, but there's something amazing about this year. The AFCON is coming up. Then 2025, we have another AFCON in Morocco. We'll also have the Olympic Games to look forward to. The Ghana Black Queens, hopefully they do make it and qualify. In 2024 as well, we will have the women's AFCON. Ghana will be returning to the women's AFCON. It'll be interesting to see how they do that. And those games will be played in Morocco. So it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. But let me know what you think. The Black Stars' chances in this or next year's African Cup of Nations. And we are going to make things better, inshallah. Go Ghana Black Stars. It looks like Coach Chris and his technical team have some information about getting the players from their respective clubs that other coaches didn't have. Well, let me read that message again. It says, it looks like Coach Chris and his technical team have some information about getting the players from their respective clubs that other past coaches, I'm sure you wanted to say, didn't have, because Coach Chris is being adamant. He's getting the players in Inaki, Kudus. They are becoming integral players for their club sides, and their clubs would be reeling at losing them this time out. So we are fortunate that Chris is doing the groundwork. It'll be interesting to see who make the final cuts, but I know some players are dropping tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow, Kudus will be in town. Unfortunately, for West Ham fans who wanted him to stay, some are praying that Ghana doesn't do well in the AFCON so that Kudus will remain with the Ghana national, with the West Ham United. Will come back early for West Ham United. There have been clamor for the Ghanaian in his club side after his amazing blistering start to the first half of the season. It's been interesting to see how Kudus will fare with the Ghana Black Stars when he comes in. Injury wise, that is what Coach Chris is trying to avoid. That is why he has called for Kudus to be released as quickly as possible. And he will not risk him by making him play that Brighton game. So 2nd of January game, he will not be playing. We can do well if nepotism didn't, well, so seriously, I'm excited about the new ways of technical leadership on the team. That's interesting. We can do well if nepotism didn't take effect in the selection of the players. And Michael is joining us from Doha, Qatar. Bless you for your update. Keep up. Thank you so much. Watching live from Dubai Airport, free zone. We pray Ghana do well in the upcoming AFCON. And bring back the love. What is your New Year wish for the Black Stars? I know you have your personal New Year wishes, but what is the New Year wish for the Black Stars? Go Black Stars, go. Kudus Mohammed, no size, watching you live from Istanbul. Thank you so much for joining us from wherever you're joining us. But in case you joined us late, I brought you that update on Kudus Mohammed. The Ghanaian will be available tomorrow. He will not play for his club side against Brighton. So West Ham coach David Moyes has to start preparing quickly. He mentioned in his post-match press after that win versus Arsenal that Kudus could play that game and jet off into Ghana. Chris Hughton has insisted Kudus needs to leave and come back. Same with Inaki Williams. Athletic Bilbao wanted him to play in their final game of not their final, their return game after the break on 4th of January, but it is not going to happen. It's recommended. It's a FIFA recognized tournament. They have to release the players. As Coach Chris said in that interview with TalkSport, it's a no-brainer. They have no choice, and he will have to be released by the club. So those two are the news that I have for you. And I also asked about what you want to see more on the channel and what you want for 2024, your wish for the new year for the Ghana Black Stars team as we head into the African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. If Mo Kudus, well, I think you want to say Inaki, Salis, and Majida Shimeru are used technically well, Ghana will go far. Well, that is a big if because we've seen them doing well for their clubs. They are all doing amazingly well. But when they come to the national team, it does not reflect. And that is a big conundrum that Coach Chris Hughton has to find a solution for. It is something he needs to find a remedy for as quickly as possible. I have already said that I don't expect Ghana to win the African Cup of Nations. Then someone will say, why are you not optimistic? Why don't you believe in your country? I'm being realistic and cautiously optimistic. There have been times I have thought and believed Ghana would do well, and I have been let down. So, yeah, I'm open to a surprise this time. Hopefully, a surprise that takes me to the high heavens of joy. That would be much more palatable than having high hopes and getting my hopes dashed. Because we've all seen it before. A familiar story. The Black Stars players who do well for their clubs, they come into the national team, then something happens. Is Thomas Partey coming? I am not sure about that. I will update you accordingly. So keep your dials locked on Sahara Football here and Sahara Football Extra. In case you did not know, that is our other channel. Also, we have Sahara Sports, SF Sports. Yes, SF Sports is also our third channel. And you can follow all the updates from the African Cup of Nations from us heading in there. And as I've been saying on the channel, in case you want to support us in our journey to the African Cup of Nations, you can send us an email. The links to that email is in the description, and we can get talking on how you can support us. But with Thomas Partey, I am not sure. The last we heard from Coach Mikel Arteta was that Partey could play before heading to the AFCON. But with the players, and with Coach Chris pushing for the players to come in even before the 2nd of January, which is the campaign date. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so Ghana will win the AFCON. Name an African attacking trio better than Inaki, Williams, Jordan Ayew for the season. Kudus. Football, unfortunately, is not played on paper. On paper, Ghana have a great front line, players who are on form. But when they play together, do they perform? That's another question. Salisu is in town. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Some are already in town already. Let us have senior party and focus on another progressive player like Ashimeru. And Ashimeru proved his worth the last time he played. Baby Jata Samwajan has been pushing for the Mashid Ashimeru agenda. He's also talked about the fact that he wants Bernard Mensah to be in the team. Well, you know the story with Bernard Mensah. He decided not to play for Ghana. He decided that he felt he didn't get as much call-ups as he deserved ahead of others. So he called it quits with Ghana. Same with Alfred Duncan. Let us not risk senior party. He is not fit. And someone says we shouldn't risk party. So you think we should leave him to Arsenal to take full care of him and probably expect him later on in the tournament, or forget about him at all and build a team without him for this African Cup of Nations? What are you suggesting there about leaving Partey out? He is an integral part of the national team, whether we like it or not. Yes, historically, his time with the national team hasn't been so great, but he got us that important goal versus Nigeria that took us to the World Cup. His first game as captain, I think, was in the World Cup qualifier where he scored a hat trick. Partey has had his moments with the Ghana national team. But yes, in recent times, it hasn't been great. Injury prone. It's really been a topsy turvy time with Ghana and Partey. And another comment coming in: we need Partey. We don't have another great deep lying playmakers here. So breaking up play and starting out on attack is Thomas Partey's strongest ability. So we have to really find a way to get him playing. A bit part role probably, but he has to play for Ghana. That is my own. Like the video, share it, and bring your comments in. Where are you joining us from? Kudus will be in town tomorrow. Inaki as well. Some are arriving tonight. More players. Camp opens on the 2nd of January. Tomorrow, 1st of January, the squad list will be announced at the Alisa Hotel at 11 a.m. by Coach Chris Hughton, who faced the media. We've also been talking about Thomas Partey's inclusion. We're not sure if he will be coming to town. We are not sure yet what exactly is the update on Thomas Partey. So we will update you accordingly and see how things go on that front. And we hope and pray that the players give their all, because one criticism of the Black Stars players in recent times has been that they do not give their all when they play for the national team. Yeah, it's been a huge criticism of the Ghana Black Stars. The Ghana Black Stars players have been criticized of that. Many have said that they don't give their 100%. They don't show much passion. Some have also defended that and said the politics and nepotism, the camp inside the camp that are formed doesn't give a conducive atmosphere for players to exhibit their all, to do their all, to give their 100%. Whichever one it is, this is a clarion call on all fans, from all fans to the national team. Please give your all. Give your all to the national team that you are representing. It is very, very important that we have players who want to play for Ghana. It is so important that we have players who are happy to play for Ghana, who are happy to wear the shirt, happy to wear the badge, and happy to represent. It is more important than any player ability you can ever think of. And that for me has always been primary. In contacting players who have Ghanaian descent that have grown up and developed elsewhere, I've always said that the key element is getting players who want to play for Ghana. They can be talented, but if their heart is not in it, it will be useless. Watching from California and the USA, thank you, Sahara. We appreciate you for a good work. Wishing you a year full of success. Thank you so much for your kind words. Wishing you all the very best as well. Many happy returns to you guys. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for 2023. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for everything. Wishing and hoping for more of that in the upcoming year. 2024 kicks off with the African Cup of Nations, and thankfully, I will be there to bring you updates accordingly. Follow our various channels on social media, on Twitter, X now called, on Facebook, channels across YouTube, on Sahara Football here, Sahara Football Extra, also on SF Sports. And we'll be bringing you the updates, timely updates, as and when we get them. So the latest is that, and I think I'll end the live session here. Let me know, first of all, where you think Ghana will finish in this African Cup of Nations, your expectations for the next AFCON, your expectations for the Black Stars for the new year, and what you want to see more of from us across our platforms. That feedback is very important to me. I hope you guys pass the comments. Even if you can't post a comment here, we will read your comments after this video or this live session has ended. But it has been an interesting year, a year which started off in 2023 January. There was no major tournament for the Black Stars, but there were qualifiers they needed to complete. It was a year for the women as well. Women's football saw a really, really great ascendancy, and coach Nora Haptel getting us back to the pinnacle that Ghana knows itself to be in terms of the Black Queens. We are going back to the women's AFCON because Nora Haptel has been able to spearhead a team that has lost just one game. Yes, and that was against Namibia, away from home. And she has led a team that seemed almost invincible. The women's football is on the rise again, senior women's football, and we're excited with that. The under 20 women's also can also be at the under 20 World Cup next year. The Black Queens can also possibly be at the Olympic Games next year. It has been a year of rebuilding for women's football and a great rebuilding which has saw us return to the women's AFCON after missing the last two editions we've missed. And we will be in Morocco 2024 in June. Thankfully and hopefully, we will be there as well to bring you more reportage on that front. It has been a year where we've seen Chris Hughton appointed as early as February after the back and forth. Hughton has had games where we've really wondered what kind of team this is. He's had games where we've been shambolic. But throughout the year, he's gotten the job done, got us qualified to AFCON. Unfortunate that our World Cup qualifiers did not go according to plan. First win and then another loss. A year in which Chris Hughton has given us embarrassments in the friendlies. First competitive loss, however, did come just versus Comoros, who really seem to have our number. Comoros will not be at the AFCON though, so you can rest easy. But Cape Verde and Mozambique are in our group, and they will know that we are beatable. We are not invincible. We might be aligning the best of players on display, but we might not be combining them well. And we hope Chris surprises those countries who, though previously, who are beating easily and beats them convincingly. Cape Verde, 14th of January, then Egypt, and then Mozambique is how we will be playing at the AFCON in Abidjan. So that has been it there for me. I've been talking to you exclusively here. Build the team around Muhammad Kudus, Alisu, and Ashimeru. This is from Nanayao, and it's Noama Apia. Ashimero and Richmond Lamte can be the perfect midfield for Ghana. Lamte as well. Great job. Thank you so much, Richmond Lamte as well. The clarion call has been for him to be included in the Ghana national team, and it looks like it's going to happen. Tomorrow's final squad. Players are coming in. We'll be updating you accordingly and giving you all the needed updates. Tonight, stick and stay with the channel. We have some exclusive information and interviews for you. But let me know in the comments box after this video is gone live. Your expectations for Ghana, where can we finish in the AFCON? Where do you think we will do well? Next year, what are our expectations for the national team? We'll be playing World Cup qualifiers in June as well as the women's AFCON as well. We'll be playing in Morocco, a year in which we are hoping to see a change in fortunes. But we hope that Chris can build this team into a team that no one wants to face. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for joining us on the live. The video will be up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. Kudus. Kudus is the best Ghanaian player. I think that's French, if I got that translation right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like and share the video and let me know your thoughts. Enjoy the new year. Happy New Year. Wish you all the very best. Thank you for the support throughout the year. I love you all. Thank you so much. See you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day. Might be live on our second channel, Sahara Football Extra. So subscribe to that one as well. On the homepage of this one, it is there. Sahara Football Extra. I'll be live there probably in the evening thereabouts. Enjoy the rest of 2023. There are the hours left. Some might already be in 2024. Those in Australia, how is 2024? Let us know. Enjoy the rest of your evening.